What's up, guys? Your boy Swills here, and today I want to talk about the NFL officiating. It is horrible. It's the worst it's ever been. And, I don't have much time to go over this. I don't have a lot of storage on my phone to be able to make a long video for you guys, what I would like to do. But I'll try to go over this as quick as possible. Basically, Monday Night Football, Detroit Lions against the Green Bay Packers. Lions should have won the game. Although they didn't really capitalize on their opportunities to score touchdowns, they ended up kicking 5 field goals. That's not ideal. They were winning the game. And there was a helmet-to-helmet contact penalty on the Lions defensive back when he was going for an interception. You can make contact when going for an interception, and it's just, what is the defender supposed to do? Let the guy make the catch? I mean, come on. Second penalty is on Trey Flowers. Hands to the face. His first ever hands to the face penalty in his career when he had the sack. He sacked Aaron Rodgers in a third down. It would have put Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers in a situation where I think they would have had to punt. And they wouldn't have gotten points on the board. Instead, first down, 15-yard penalty. They went down the field and scored more points. And that put the Lions in a bad situation because they knew Green Bay was making the comeback. Then, I think there was just over a minute left in the game. Trey Flowers, he's got his hands here on David Bakhtiari, the left tackle for the Packers. He's moving him back, and no sack, though, no sack. But Aaron Rodgers was pressured and threw an incomplete pass. Keep in mind, this was a 3rd down and 4. And it was I think it was the Lions' 16-yard line. And they called a hands to the face on Trey Flowers. His second ever hands to the face penalty. He's never had one before this game. His hands were here. He wasn't forcing it up into his neck. He wasn't forcing it into his face. He wasn't grabbing his face. It was the shoulder pad. He was just grabbing it and pushing him back. It's not a penalty. They called it for the penalty. Green Bay ran out the clock and kicked the field goal, won the game. When otherwise, it would have been a 4th down. Green Bay would have still kicked the field goal, went ahead 23-22 by 1 point, and at least it would have given Matt Stafford and the Lions a chance to go back down the field on their own terms and score points and win the game. Instead, the NFL took the game out of the hands of the Lions and put it into their own hands. The refs won Green Bay the game. They've done this pointless times before. They won the Bears the game when they played the Broncos by calling a roughing the passer penalty on Bradley Chubb when it shouldn't have been, and it ultimately cost the Broncos a spot in the playoffs because now they're 2-4 instead of a 3-3 or 4-2. It's ridiculous because the Lions may have just lost a playoff spot. This is a tough NFC North division. All 4 teams are capable of making the playoffs. Now the Lions are in a situation where they might not make the playoffs because that is a divisional game. Packers are now another game above them, in which it should have been even. And I think the Lions would have had actually a better overall record than the Packers at that point. Packers would have been 4-2. I think the Lions would have been 3-1-1 with the tie, of course. But the Lions are now 2-2-1, and now I think they're at the bottom of the division. And their chances of making the playoffs are pretty slim because they still have to play Vikings twice, Bears twice, and then the Packers once more. So it's kind of ridiculous. These refs are costing the teams playoff spots in games. It's not just a call that puts them back 15 yards. You're costing teams spot in the playoffs. The Lions have never made it to the Super Bowl. Maybe this could have been a year where they pulled off a miracle, but instead, of course, they might not make the playoffs anymore. So that's all I wanted to talk about. I'll talk about something else tomorrow. I'll see you guys then. Peace out, guys.